Dog, can you please turn that down and stop dancing? I gotta record. So weird. This week, we've woken up in the year 2032. I've learned how to knit. Cam is super excited about these 3 seashells in the bathroom for some reason. And our guest Devin Bonner won't stop listening to this commercial jingle channel on the radio. We might have to break into that museum we were at the other day and steal a copy of Demolition Man to talk about on The Folding List.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to The Folding List, where we pay attention to the movies so you don't have to, but pay attention to these movies because they're fucking dope. Every time I'm doing something around the house, these are the type of movies that I throw on, and doing stuff like folding laundry. See, you know, it's like a play on you're folding stuff. Sorry, I'm thrown off because I fucked up the intro one time, and then now Cam's been laughing at me the whole time. Actually, yeah, this week we're doing Demolition Man. What's up, Cam? What's going on?
That shit is hilarious. Hey, man, what's going on? Yo. Oh, man, that intro is legendary.
I usually have to go through the intro at least twice. Like, I rarely get it clean on the first one, but the audience doesn't need to know that, man. You can't
that intro,
through the...
that shit was hilarious. Oh man, America.
We'll think about leaving that in. Maybe if we get some good shout outs this week, we'll leave that in. We'll see.
Yeah, let's leave it in. Fuck it. We'll talk to the producer. Hey, producer, let's leave that shit in.
Well, we'll talk about that off air. We'll figure that out a little later. Because this week we're talking about Demolition Man, and this was actually pitched to me by one of my oldest friends. He brought this movie up, and I was like, "Oh, of course that's a folding list movie." Like I've seen it way too many times to count. But once again, I want to intro one of my oldest friends. He's an artist. He's a graphic designer. He's a break dancer. He's a kung fu master.
I think he's my variant, actually. He's one of my variants.
That's what the audience is going to figure out when we.
Oh, it was you.
Talking to Devin.
You're the
What's
shitter.
Going on, Devin?
This is the shitter. I knew it. He fits my description.
Oh, he kind of does, actually.
Oh shit. Oh, let me call 911. Hold up. No, this is some bullshit. You know what I have to go through?
Doug. Yeah. I don't know if you heard it in the past episodes. There was that guy running around Cam's place defecating in public and
showing his genitals.
That,
showing his genitals.
Say no more. That was definitely me.
I knew it.
That part out you got to the genitals part. I knew it was me. So
we solved the case, America. We solved the case finally after how many months?
It was my oldest friend, Devin Bonner.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you pesky folding list hosts.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, man, what's going on? Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Long time fan. I mean, since the beginning to now, you know,
yes, sir.
It's been that long.
Much appreciated.
So long since I've been a fan of so many
Listen
episodes.
to every episode.
Even that one with the other thing, that one too. Remember that one? Yeah.
That other thing? Yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
That was a great episode.
That was a great episode. We need to have them back.
Yeah, that was one for the books. But no, thanks for having me for sure. Like I said,
your audio cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, he's muted.
Yep.
Okay.
So
that's wild.
You got it back when you got the new headphones.
Yeah. That's wild. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Everything's connected, but oh well. We're going the old school way.
Hey, we should keep that too.
No, this is fine. Yeah.
All right, let's pick it up where we left off at. Defecate the Cam's yard.
Well,
with my genitals out.
So I says to the guy, "Hey, you got your genitals out." And he's like, "Yo, that didn't mean, are we rolling?"
It's gonna be a hard edit point.
Oh, my fault. All right.
Oh man.
Are we on air?
This has been a very crazy episode. This might be one of the craziest yet. Thanks, Devin.
You're welcome. I like to bring that fun atmosphere to the group. You know,
just a little bit of chaos. But yeah, man. Tell the audience actually a little bit of I was describing what you do and a lot of different things that you do. I was kind of joking around a little bit, but you do a lot of different things, man. So go ahead and kind of explain that to the audience.
Man, I don't like the term Renaissance man because it sounds like I'm from like medieval times with tights. But I would say I'm pretty much a Renaissance man. I'm one of those guys that have always been that guy that liked stuff that other, I guess, friends didn't like. Which is how I met Travis. Like I was one of those people that would go to the skate rink and, play drums and all that stuff. And I ended up running Travis when we were in high school for drums. And at the time it was funny because it was like we were mortal rivals immediately. We both saw each other and were like, I don't like this guy.
No way. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Evil doppelganger. So he was your evil doppelganger first?
Well, see, that's the thing, though. I didn't know we were rivals.
Oh, no, it was one of those things like that happened. Everything, like he came in, I think, a year later than me in high school. We were both fresh. I was a freshman. He was a sophomore. He was a freshman. I was a sophomore. And
it was that summer before my freshman year.
So
for Drumline.
Yeah, so everything that I had gone through, where everybody was like, "We're gonna beat up all the freshmen and throw them in stuff," they were like, "Oh, but Travis doesn't have to do any of that." And I was like, "What the like? No, y'all made me go through hell. This kid's going through hell."
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. Because it was just like I was playing snare, and I remember practicing, and they were like, "All right, everybody, we're going to let you guys play on snare and see how you do." And this other guy, I'm not going to call him out, but this other dude was on snare, and he was so bad, they dogged him out so hard.
Call him out. What's his name, like, Greg? Is his name Greg?
No.
Hey, Greg.
I'm not gonna do
when you said that, I was like, right when you said that, I was like, what's his name?
There wasn't Greg.
Yeah, so I was like, wait a minute.
It wasn't Greg.
Wait a minute.
It was another dude. He was so bad that they put a pillow in his snare drum.
Oh my god!
So that nobody could hear him.
Wow.
And
they was just like, muted him out.
I'm not going to let them do that to me. So I'm going to practice really, really hard. And because I went on a vacation, practiced real hard, came back. They were like, "Oh, well, you're pretty good. We don't have to do anything. So, all right, you're on snare." So, like Devin was saying, I didn't get a lot of the hazing that the other people did because I just practiced real hard for like a week straight just to make sure I didn't get dogged out in front of the band.
So I ended up because it was almost like I said, same thing with me, except when I came in, they were like, "Oh, you can play snare, but we really need a first bass player, and it's really hard to play that." But you're really good, and we need that. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I didn't go through all the hazing, but I went through enough. So when Travis came in, I was like, oh, no, his ass is getting it. We're going to lock his ass in the drum case. So, like, all of the drum line grabbed Travis, and we all try to throw him in the bass case, which is a bass drum. It's a case of bass drums. Yeah. And we end up trying to throw Travis in there, and Travis is like, And he's just fighting. And I'm like, you're not supposed to fight. You're not supposed to fight that. Just lay down like I did. So
in this case, who was Sylvester Stallone and who was Wesley Snipes in this situation?
I guess I was Wesley Snipes because Travis laid down in the Sylvester Stallone's like toes in the ice.
Basically, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to fight back.
Yeah.
But the case that the bass like is stored in, they tried to throw me into it because they tried to put me into it, and I said no. And then they tried to throw me into it, and I hit the like front of the case, and it collapsed onto itself. Oh, wow. So like it was just
pretty much no way. At that point, there was pretty much no way, and I just remember Travis like being like, "Fuck y'all, I'm out." He's like leaving. I was like, man, that escalated real quick. Normally we just lay down and it's done. They put you in there and they go, "All right, you're out." But I was like, damn.
And they sit on top of it and go, "Ha ha ha, we did."
But then I think after that we ended up just like I apologized and was like, hey man, I'm sorry, whatever. And then I think we ended up like going to the skate rink. And then from that point on, it was
cars, man.
Yeah, it was just everything from that point was cars and everything. I built motorcycles and like race cars with my dad and whatnot. So we had like go-karts and all that stuff. And then Travis would come over and we eventually started like hanging out, doing stuff at the house. And then, like he said, it was just, I think the Fast and the Furious came out around that time, I think. And so like we were just always talking about cars and doing car stuff. We'll get into more stories about this dumb car stuff we've done in the past.
That'll be a later episode.
But anyways, yeah. So overall, Travis has seen me in like every phase of thing I've been in. So like I said, it's cool to be here now on the folding list with you guys and getting to I guess catch up on some of our childhood memories. I guess
that's dope. I love that.
Yeah, man. Because this was Demolition Man is definitely a what is it? It's like it's a childhood classic. It shouldn't.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say childhood.
There's some.
I knew you were probably gonna. Yeah, I knew you were probably gonna ask me like why I picked this movie and why I liked it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
I actually thought this movie was Face Off because of the cover.
I'm happy you said that.
Looking at each other.
I'm happy you said that because how I remember seeing this movie the first time. My grandma used to have a den in her house and she was like our Blockbuster. Like she had a Rolodex and literally around the walls of the house had like tapes and there were like 3 movies to each tape. And she would go to the movie store, watch a video, dub it, and then write it down her Rolodex, put it on the wall. Yeah, she was like Napster before Napster. Like it's really illegal.
Her grandmother was ahead of her time.
They'd be like, "You going to jail? You know that, right?" Like
that's the only grandmother that I know that knows how to work technology.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, and then like all the FBI things at the beginning of the tapes, I never knew those existed because that was just extra time when you couldn't put on extra movies. So it was just she cut that out so she could put 3 movies on there. But
that's hilarious.
Cut out this little warning.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So I remember going over there, and I forgot what movie it was that I tried to watch, and I thought it was Demolition Man. I kept trying to think about what it was. Either way it goes, it wasn't that movie. I just remember turning it on, and being like, "What is this? Like, what is going on? Like, what is going?" And before I knew it, I was in the future, and I was like, "What is happening? Like, what movie is this?" I don't think I'm supposed to be hearing language like this. Like, but I'm not. I'm not scared like normally. Like back in the day, I don't know what movies I remember seeing, but somebody come in and be like, "Motherfucker!" And you're like, "Okay, I'm scared now. I'm gonna turn this off." Like so this one was
Samuel
like,
Jackson could be coming out like,
exactly.
What's Nick Fury yelling at me?
That's who Devin thought was in his closet as a child. Dad, I think Samuel L. Jackson's in my closet.
Shut up, motherfucker! Oh shit!
Just making that. Go to sleep, bitch.
Oh man, but
so you were saying you watched Demolition Man on your grandmother's bootleg tapes.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, it was I don't know what it was about this movie, but like the aesthetic of it, obviously, it's just it brings back that like childhood nostalgia, but it also is like so relevant to today. Like the whole time I was rewatching it, like I just rewatched it before getting on, but like I was just like, man, whoever did the set design was amazing, and like it really like into like I guess futuristic design. So crazy. Yeah.
It's like they really called out a lot of the trends that are happening today back in 1993. I thought that they did a fantastic job just predicting self-driving cars. They predicted Taco Bell ruling the world because of the whole Mexican
or at
pizza.
least like one corporation, ruling all of food, which is it's not too far off.
Yeah, like all of that. Even we'll get to more of the stuff because there's some other stuff in there that I tie it to like today terms, and I was just like, man, that's insane that it's happened like that close. But anyway, like I said about
shaking hands without touching hands, like they don't touch each other.
Well, even
all of the diseases
and
only
the seashell
thing.
What?
Even the seashell thing. Like I got something on that where I was like, wow. Like I thought about it after watching it, and I was like, it makes sense when you really think of it. But yeah.
They got OnlyFans right too. They're like having sex without having sex.
Oh, yep. All of the touchless everything, man. Like it's a crazy movie because like you were saying, that's one thing that I noticed about it is that it's kind of like a corny action movie with Sylvester Stallone saying the same old Sylvester stuff, and then Wesley Snipes being the Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes is the same character in this movie.
I just want to repeat. Can you do another Sylvester Stallone imitation? Because that was great. Oh, the Sylvester Stallone.
I started it.
And doing Sylvester Stallone stuff.
I started it, and I was like, wait a minute. How does Sylvester Stallone sound?
The sad thing is, though, is that, like, it was great.
You got to curve your lip, too.
All right.
Man.
Let me work on that.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. I'm going to work on that. We'll be right back. Are you heading back into the office after working from home all this time? Or do you need something to stuff down that road rage on your way to work? Or are you just looking for more podcasts to listen to in your headphones so you can drown out your coworkers' awful taste in music? Well, look no further. The Folding List is hitting you with new episodes on Friday to kick off the weekend and help you find that movie to throw on while you're just hanging out. And if you're looking for in-depth reviews and discussions about film in general, the Movie Dogs have got you covered. They'll let you know what's worth watching and what's worth watching at your own risk. Between these two podcasts, we've got you covered. Hit subscribe, like, and follow on your favorite podcast platform. And while you're there, hit us with a pretty good review. It all helps, and we definitely appreciate the love. Welcome back to the Folding List. I'm not going to do that impression anymore. It was awful.
Oh man!
But let's get back to it. So Cam, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what this movie's about?
Oh man! With innocent victims caught in the crossfire in Los Angeles, intensifying on war and crime, both cops John Spartan, played by Sylvester Stallone, and a violent thug Simon Phoenix, played by none other than Blade himself, not Wesley Snipes, but Blade, are sentenced to a state of frozen incarceration known as cryo prison, whatever. Yep. When Spartan is finally thawed 36 years later in the year 2032, and Los Angeles is now a pacifist utopia called San Angeles. But when Phoenix again is on the loose, Spartan must come up to the future cop, Leanna, played by Sandra Bullock, and apprehend the killer. Did you guys know that this was actually a direct sequel to Miss Congeniality 2?
You made my interest
it's in the future.
For a minute. I was like, what?
For a split second, I was like, let me do that math.
Yeah, exactly. Wait a minute. Miss Congeniality 1, then this movie? And then
oh yeah. Oh, we traveling through time, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy. As you can tell, audience, if you don't know what this movie's about, it is a crazy movie about cryogenic frozen cops and killers that, for some reason, were spending millions of dollars to keep murderers frozen in these little cylinder ice blocks. And I guess while they're frozen, they're being rehabilitated with these weird brainwave things that make them do things. And actually, speaking of which, the part of the rehab is teaching them all of these different tasks that make them kind of more docile and all that kind of stuff. So let me throw up this clip real quick with Sylvester Stallone. So what I told the audience I wasn't going to.
He did it. Me and Cam were both just let him roll with it. Let's see how far this goes.
About family right here. Oh wait, no, that's the other one.
Yeah, now he's Groot. Let's listen to actual Sylvester Stallone talk about what he learned while he was frozen in time.
Thank you for the lovely gift.
Look, I don't know what you guys put into my cryo slush, but when I thawed out, the first thing I wanted to do was knit. I mean, how come I know what a zipper foot and a shuttle and a hook and bobbin and a petty point is? I can weave a throw rug right now with my eyes closed.
It's part of your rehab program. For each inmate, the computer draws up a skill or trade which best suits their genetic disposition. And it would implant the knowledge and the desire to carry out whatever training was assigned.
I'm a seamstress? Oh, that's just great. I come out of cryo prison and I'm Betsy fucking Ross. If Phoenix comes out and he can access computers, operate all vehicles, knows the location of every damn thing in town, and is 3 times stronger than when he went in. Can you give me Phoenix's rehab program now?
Sure.
Exactly. So exactly, like, oh no, yeah,
Access code for Simon Phoenix?
Yeah, like it's you have this movie where all these people are just getting fucking murdered, and then you have this like silly little scene where Sylvester Stallone is talking about like being able to knit a whole ass sweater, and it was like weird, interesting ideas when it's just like them talking about what they thought the future was going to be. Not Sylvester Stallone, but the guy who actually created and wrote the movie. I forgot his name. I can't find it right now. But the guy who wrote the movie, he wanted to do something with future cops and all of this stuff. And then after it gets bounced around and written by, I'm sure, multiple people, it turns into this, like, honestly, a real interesting look at the future, but like with a super corny action movie thrown right on top.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes was whipping all kind of ass in this movie, in a great Wesley Snipes way. But he's hilarious, man, in every movie that he's in. His little quips are just so quick. Like when the killers were just like rotating in the little ice blocks, he was like, "Oh, hope my ass don't look like that."
Yeah, yeah.
Like classic Wesley Snipes. Like love that.
I'm sure most of those lines weren't written.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's just Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah,
probably high out of his mind.
When I watched when I watched this the movie, the whole time I kept thinking, like, it just reminds me of like if somebody told both of them, your character is the hero, so act like Batman.
I love
your character is.
I love that,
but act like Joker. I'm gonna buy some Joker pants. Is what Wesley Snipes first did. At the beginning of the episode, I was like, the beginning of the show, I was like, this man has the white and black stripes, like Joker pants. But all the quips sound straight up like a comic book for sure. Like,
that's so true.
I wrote something.
I can't even think about all of them. There are just so many of them that it's great.
Even right at the end when Wesley Snipes is like about to drop Sylvester Stallone, he's like, "All right, now I'm gonna bring you over here and drop your monkey ass," and then and then something explodes. Like I know they didn't write.
Exactly
that in the script. And then at one point, Sylvester Stallone picks up a television. He picks up like the cable for a television and just goes, "You're on TV!" Yeah! And smashes him with it.
He was swinging up out a cable. That's the part I saw. I was like, who does that? Like
it seemed like this movie was directed by 2 different people. One person with like a great vision of the future, and then another person that was just like, "Fuck it, shoot everything!" Like
let's blow it up.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy. There's so many explosions. There's so many shootouts. Like I don't know what the body count is. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what were you about to say, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say I like how the pace of it changes like that. It's like the beginning of it has like it's just like a block that's just on fire. Like I don't even know what building it was. It's just like a block that's on fire, and Sylvester Stallone shows up in a helicopter when he's not even supposed to be there, and the helicopter hovers over the building for like 15 minutes, and then he jumps out of it yelling Simon Phoenix's name, like giving away his location. Like they're sitting above it for 15 minutes, so people are literally like, he's gonna drop out at any point now. And he just jumps out, Phoenix, and they're like, there he is, and he kills all of them.
Jumps out with like a regular
rope.
and just a pistol, and like it's the perfect distance. So he just like at the bottom of his rope, right before the roof,
and immediately has perfect aim.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like, he lands and immediately just like dead. So it kills all these people. And then at the end of it, you're like, man, why is he going to jail? Like, he shouldn't go to jail. He helped everybody. And then you realize they told him there was probably like 30 hostages and that they could all die. And then he goes and gets his own personal helicopter to drop them off, doesn't scan the building, and kills everybody. Like
he knew he told them that they were in there, and he was like, I don't care. And then they all died. He blew up the building. Everybody like, so yeah, you deserve to be in prison.
Frozen in
like,
ice.
There's like so I was watching this with Mai earlier, and she hasn't seen it, but obviously she wasn't really trying to watch this silly ass movie. But
she didn't like it
on in the background. Well, no, like she actually slept through a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
But long day. But I was like, I want you to hear about his sentencing, because he was sentenced to 70 years in cryo prison, in cryo sleep, with rehabilitation through like mental synapses, and then like I forgot what the other without parole until 2042. So and I was like, yeah, like, what do you think about that with your like crazy knowledge and expertise in criminology? And she was like, it was all cool until they said forced rehab. Like, that's not, you can't just do that to people. But she was like, is it the state level or is it the federal level? Like, none of it makes sense.
Oh man,
if you really try and think about it. That's why you can't, because they froze a super cop and a super villain and kept them on ice for some reason for 70 years, and then they were just going to release them again later. Like, what were they going to do anyways? What was the point?
Did they They woke up before that, right? They woke up at like 40 years, I think. I think it was from 1996 to 2030 something.
Yeah, because I think it was 2032.
Yeah.
They woke them up early.
Yeah, 2032.
It wasn't supposed to be woken up at all.
Right.
Until then. So. Right.
But wait, did they explain why they gave Wesley Snipes all the superhero powers and Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah. They kind of did.
Yeah.
The guy that was, which I don't want to jump too far in the story. I guess I could just bring the next part of what happens. So yeah, after they, get put to the ice or whatever, they wake up Simon Phoenix out of nowhere, like in 2032, and he has all these skills, like he said, and he doesn't even know it himself. It's funny because he's like going to the ATM thing.
Yeah.
And he can automatically like hack, and he can do all this stuff. But I forgot the quip he said, but it was just like, oh, I wonder if I can do this too. I forgot what it was, but he's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he starts doing all that stuff, and then you come to find out that the guy that woke him up was the person that he's like the mayor, or like pretty much
Dr. Raymond Cocteau.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he's the mayor or what, but the town, he basically saved the whole Los Angeles, basically like Southern California area after a giant earthquake that like descended the city into chaos.
Right.
And this dude kind of helped everybody bring it back together.
Right.
But now he woke Simon Phoenix back up and gave him all this crazy training, just like they did with Sylvester Stallone in The Knitting. Mm-hmm. They gave Wesley Snipes all this crazy training so that he could come out and kill Edgar Friendly, who was played by Dennis Leary. That's a 90s
right.
legend right there for sure. But played by Dennis Leary, and Dennis Leary is leading some underground uprising of basically people that don't want to be in this society. Right. So that's why this guy's trying to have Wesley Snipes kill him.
I got it. I missed that connection right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that's how Dennis Leary
really spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah, and that's how Dennis Leary and Sylvester Stallone were able to join forces.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Because basically Dennis Leary is like, the only time we come up to the surface is to steal food.
Right.
Like, we just don't want to be a part of that. This guy's just trying to kill me. So it's very strange that that's kind of the whole driving force of this.
Right.
Like, why did you need to create a super villain?
Right.
Like, you could have just gotten a regular guy out of there that could have done it. Or, you know what? You probably could have just paid someone close to him.
Right.
Like normal.
Right.
Instead of making it a super villain, making it like a guy who like casually murders people and, like you said, acts like the Joker.
Right.
He's laughing the entire time, saying all these random, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch."
Dude, like, okay, so like there's a scene in this which was hilarious, but at the same time, I was just like, they made him out. The more and more you watch the movie, Simon Phoenix is a very bad person. Like, just overall, like, the more and more I watched it this time, like, there's a part he walks into the gun museum because he's looking for a gun. And he walks into a museum and there's a guy standing next to like a display. He's just standing there facing like the side of his head to the display. I guess he's facing down the hall or something. And the first thing that happens is Simon Phoenix enters and just smashes his head into the side of the glass, like extremely hard. The guy, like, he's just a standby person. He's not even doing anything. He just, and then like there's a school of like Asian women that are sitting there in the middle and they're studying. And he comes up and says some super racist stuff out of nowhere, and you're like,
I remember that.
What is going on, dude?
I remember that.
The first thing
that was
they
Wesley
showed,
Snipes, actually.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes played himself in this movie.
The first thing they showed on his profile that popped up was it was like showing all the stuff he's done in his past, and it was like rape immediately. Like that was the first thing, is just rape in bright yellow. You're just like, what the hell? Man? Like, and y'all let this guy out to take out Dennis Leary.
Yeah, like you could have just paid anybody to do that.
Yeah,
it makes absolutely no sense. And even at one part, Simon Phoenix is like, he's like when what's his name, Sylvester Stallone comes running in the museum when Wesley Snipes is stealing all the guns so he can go kill everybody. Sylvester's like, "Hey, you should," I forgot what he says. He says something like, "You should stop doing what you're doing." Oh, he says, "You're a blast from the past." And Wesley Snipes says, I know that voice. Yeah. And then just start shooting at the same time. He said, who is that?
He didn't even care.
Classic Wesley Snipes. Oh my God. Yeah, he's the man in this movie.
Yeah, so a couple things that was crazy about, like I said, about this movie that makes it like more relevant to today. So like the 3 seashells. There's a part in there where Sylvester Stallone comes back alive or comes back from the ice. Which, by the way, interject real quick. I went through this phase where I was freezing all my toys. I'm pretty sure it came from this, but I literally would take all of my toys and I would put them in a cup of water and freeze it, and then take the ice cube out and just be staring at it. Pretty sure that came from this movie. Like I had a
you know,
I feel like that's some shit that I would do
containers.
Too. Yeah.
You know the POG containers, like what you would store POGs in? Talking about blast from the past. I would fill that with water and had a toy in it and would like melt it out just enough so it was like a man in a cylinder.
Exactly.
Like this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely from this movie.
But anyways, there's a part where he what was it? Sorry, I just forgot what it was that I was going to say about it. Go ahead, Travis. I think you're about to say something.
No, man, Cam, you can't be saying stuff in the chat, dog. Let's go to break.
Is that what that means?
We'll be right back with more of the folding list.
Oh man,
Is that what that means?
If you're tired of the endless scrolling when you finally have some time to yourself at the end of a hectic day, listen to the Nightly Binge for suggestions on the most binge-worthy shows. If you ever just want to throw on a movie while doing chores or laundry that don't require your full attention, listen to the Folding List for reviews on movies that you can watch while not really watching. For the funniest group of guys that sit around and review movies on a brewski system, you do not want to miss Movie Dogs after the credits. And last but not least, tune in to Sandusky's Talk Shit for the funniest stories on everyday problems that an interracial/blended family deal with, and they discuss all of this while drinking. A lot. Also, don't forget to follow our podcast on Instagram. We appear as Sandusky's Talk. Shh. That is SANDUSKYSTALKSHHH. Please message us with any suggestions on topics you'd like for us to discuss while drinking a lot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Folding List. I had to regain my composure after that one. That threw me for a loop. And I'm not going to tell you what we were talking about in the chat. Y'all just don't get to know. But yeah, so this is one of those movies where, like I said, it's almost more silly than it is an action movie. Like there's so many funny moments, and honestly, thinking about it, I'm trying to think of another Sylvester Stallone movie that I have seen more than this movie.
I can't. I have not.
No. Definitely that's a one.
What about Rocky?
That's a one and done for me.
Rocky,
I think I've seen once.
Yeah,
if that.
Same.
Like, this is probably, now that I'm thinking about it, the Stallone movie that I enjoy the most.
Right, same.
And even like in that last clip I played, he's not the same Sylvester that he always is. Like it's a different character. It's honestly like a more fun character. And I had a scene pulled up. This is like one of my favorite scenes, especially with him, when he's hanging around Dennis Leary's underground colony, and he smells something that he wants to eat. So let's check this out.
Come on, guys. No, hey, just relax. All I want's a burger and a beer if you got one.
¿Cómo va a pagar para esto?
How am I gonna pay? Obviously, it is better to give.
Oh, ¿es una Rolex? Una cerveza, por favor.
You want a slug?
Gracias, señor. Buenos días, señor.
Oh, no. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, God.
Oh.
This is fantastic. You guys gotta try
Oh,
this.
my.
Just don't ask where the meat comes from.
That unibrow.
Huxley, what's that supposed to mean?
Do you see any cows around here,
Fierce.
detective?
¿Qué es esta carne?
Esta carne es de rata.
Rat. This is a rat burger. Not bad. Matter of fact, it's the best burger I've had in years.
Gracias, señor.
Prego. See you later.
He finishes the whole thing. He finishes the whole thing.
And he eats it like he hasn't had a burger in a long time.
But dude,
really does enjoy it.
I'm not gonna lie.
No condiments on it.
Since I was a kid, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Since I was a kid, every time I see this scene, I've been like, that burger looks good as hell. I don't know what it was.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, he looks like he's eating the shit out of that burger.
Right.
That's like you know what movie has a scene like that for me? It's Waterworld, which we definitely need to do that on the podcast. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but there's a scene in Waterworld where Kevin Costner has caught this big giant fish and he's filleting it on the boat, and it's this giant 6-pound slab of white fish. That scene, for some reason, always makes me go, I want some fish. I don't know why.
I think one thing that did it for me was Death Proof, when what's his face was eating those nachos at the bar. I ate nachos for 6 months after that.
No lie. When you were about to get a lap dance.
Oh my god,
man. Yo, my guts was toe up. And they were Taco Bell nachos too. Speaking of Taco Bell.
Man. Yeah. So I wanted to it's funny because on that I wanted to tell y'all about the seashells and my thoughts on it, because they never really explain it. But what's funny about it is I related to something that is interesting. So have you guys given a controller or something to a person that's never played a video game? Have y'all ever given a piece of technology like that to somebody and just be like, work this? And they're like, what? How do I do this? Right? It's a weird concept when you really think about it. my mom doesn't know how to turn my Xbox on. You know what I mean? Or how to do anything. Like, right? So like, you know, on all the phones, I think iPhones have it too, but you know the 3 lines? Like, you know how it has 3 lines? That's usually a menu, right? I almost want to say it's something similar to that. Like, I almost want to relate it to that. Like, we see like 3 lines and we're like, instantly, that's menu. But he looks at it and just like, what the fuck? Like,
how am I supposed to use these shells?
Right.
They're like, you don't know how to use the shells. you can't figure out the shells.
What an idiot!
Actually,
but then like you said about his character, I like his character because he instantly comes out after this whole part, and then they have that machine that's on the wall that like when you cuss, it gives you the tickets.
Yeah.
And so
actually,
he goes up.
That's I have that pulled up. And we'll end it on that one.
Yeah.
But let's check out this one real fast here.
Look, I don't know if you guys know it, but you're out of toilet paper.
Paper? Did you say toilet paper?
Oh, they used handfuls of wadded paper back in the 20s.
I'm happy that you're happy, but the place where you're supposed to have the toilet paper, you got this little shelf with 3 seashells on it.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. I can see how that could be confusing.
I don't believe it.
So you have Rob Schneider being Rob Schneider
man.
for absolutely
This
no
cast,
reason,
man.
like always.
Annoying laugh.
Did y'all notice Jack Black in there too?
What?
Yep, Jack Black was in there. Yep.
What?
He's in the scene when Sylvester Stallone is down there talking to Dennis Leary. Jack Black is one of the henchmen in the back. He's super tiny.
What?
He's in the back holding the shotgun.
Yeah,
straight up. You
his credit is.
I'm about to go check it.
Yeah, his credit is Wasteland Scrap number 2.
Wow. I had no idea of that. But yeah, I like
crazy.
that scene because he finishes, he goes up to the machine, he cusses at it, and then he gets the tickets to go wipe his ass with it.
I did not make that connection.
Yeah.
That's genius. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't need that's why he's like, I don't need the 3 shows anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
The impression got a little bit better throughout the show. Got a little bit better.
I love that. That's hilarious.
But yeah, so Devin, why don't you tell the audience where they can check out your work?
Yeah, you can check me out. My Insta, it's Devin D Designs. Also, you can check me out at my website, which is devinddesigns.myportfolio.com. And also, you can hit me up on my personal Instagram, which is at Dirty Dev, where you'll see most of my like dancing and car content there too. So yeah,
awesome, nice. And once again, you can definitely check out all of our past episodes, news, photos, all of that good stuff on thefoldinglist.com. You can check out our store. We've got the store up and going. We got more episodes on the way, and you can actually get all of the old episodes on Podomatic, Instagram, not Instagram, Podomatic, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you want to check it out. But once again, thanks, Devin. I appreciate you coming on the show. That's always much appreciated. Always cool talking to you, man. I've known you for over 20 years now. So that's a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Long time.
And Cam, once again, I appreciate you coming on and helping me talk about these wild ass movies.
Hey man, but, I'm happy that we solved my case too. I mean, shit.
Oh yeah, we know who the perpetrator is.
Found him.
It wasn't Cam in a wig, it was Devin. He's driving all the way up here from Pensacola, taking a shit at your apartment complex, then driving back.
Driving all the way back. I knew it.
You'll never guess it was me.
We solved the case, America. We did it.
We did it. We finally solved it. We'll put Devin in his cryo sleep until he learns not to shit all over the place again. But we'll let y'all know how that goes on the next episode of The Folding List.